Anthony Bridgerton is, what's the word I'm looking for? Awful, incompetent, insufferable, unreasonable, hypocritical, and just sucky in general. Right off the bat, in episode 1, he comes off as annoying when he aggressively works to sabotage Daphne's chances at finding a good husband. And at first, his poor sister doesn't even realize what he is doing, but when she does and asks him to stop, he doesn't stop. He continues to interfere with her life. He thinks he knows best just because he holds the title of Viscount and because he is a man. He even speaks condescendingly to his own mother, who has spades more life experience than him. But his offensiveness doesn't stop there. Apart from being an ass to his mother and sister, he is an ass to other members of the ton. When guys come to pay suit to Daphne, he says and implies the most stupid things to get rid of them. I especially hated how he said a certain young and handsome man wasn't eligible for Daphne because he was of dubious parentage, as if the guy's parentage was any of his business. His sister Daphne started off as the season's incomparable, the it girl handpicked by the queen herself, and she had tons of guys vying for her hand. But by the time Anthony was done, she was practically on the shelf for the season, and he liked it that way. When his mother confronts him about how he isn't doing right by his sister and being a proper man of the house, he shoves his head a little deeper up his bum by arranging a man for his sister. But not just any man, no. He arranges for her to marry the one guy she wants nothing to do with. Out of all the people he could have chosen, he chose Nigel Burbrook, a bumbling twit. After doing this, he even tries to assure Daphne that Burbrook is a good man, who by all reports is respectable, a guy who wouldn't hurt a fly or a woman. But boy was he epically wrong in his assessment of Burbrook. As soon as he gets half a chance, Burbrook tries to take liberties with Daphne, but luckily she is quick with her hands and she punches his lights out. When he finally catches wind of the sort of person Burbrook is and what he tried to do to his sister, he tries to break the agreement he made with Burbrook, but he is unable to do so because he is incompetent, and he allows himself to be blackmailed by Burbrook, who threatens to completely ruin Daphne's reputation and prospects by revealing that he was alone with her in the gardens. Anthony's first impulse is to call out Burbrook and duel him. But dueling is illegal, and even if Anthony survives the duel, there is no guarantee that Burbrook won't say something before then, a fact which Daphne points out. After dooming his sister to marry such an abominable man, Anthony is basically useless. He can't save his sister and he can't think of any solution that will help her. Daphne luckily doesn't end up marrying Burbrook, but that is only because Violet Bridgerton, her mother, saves the day when she, her housekeeper, and her maids dig up dirt on Burbrook, which forces him to retreat to the country when his indiscretions are publicized widely by Lady Whistledown. Anthony thought he knew best because he is a Viscount and because he is a man, but in the end he just ended up creating a huge mess for his sister that his mother had to clean up, the very same mother he used to talk down to. I really enjoyed how after the Burbrook mess, Anthony was a little more humble and did not fight his mother when she said that she would be in charge of finding Daphne a husband. Even when a prince asks permission to marry his sister, he says he knows better than to speak for his sister. As much as Anthony sucks, his willingness to learn from his past mistakes is a point in his favor. But there are other things that annoyed me about Anthony. I hate how he casually offends people. He sometimes does this unknowingly or thoughtlessly, like when he spoke to Sienna about how he was supposed to protect Daphne's virtue. Sienna points out that not all women are afforded such protection, but he thoughtlessly replies that not all women are ladies. His lover Sienna is not virgin, and he bangs her on the regular, but by saying what he said, he strongly expresses that he feels non-virgins are less than, which is unfair because men like him are the reason why Sienna isn't a virgin. A man can have an affair and walk away with his reputation intact, while a woman is considered soiled goods. The fact that Anthony doesn't see how unfair this is sucks, especially since as a man, he plays a role in perpetuating this sort of culture. It's a huge wonder why Sienna didn't send him to hell right there and then. Anthony was thoughtless when he offended Sienna, but he knew exactly what he was doing when he offended Simon by bringing up his broken relationship with his dead father. He knew that was a very vulnerable and sore spot for Simon, but he said it anyway. I found Anthony's behavior here to be particularly disgusting because up until weeks and months ago, Simon had been his best friend, but ever since Simon showed interest in Daphne and then eventually married her, he turned into a major git. What's funny about this situation is that when Simon retaliates by saying he would no doubt be a disappointment to his father, the late Viscount Bridgerton, Anthony proves he is unable to get as good as he gives because he reacts violently and attacks Simon. Anthony shows his suckiness again when his little brother Colin becomes engaged to Marina Thompson. His concerns about that engagement and the speed at which it came about were all legitimate, but instead of having a calm, rational, and reasonable discussion about it with his brother, he says, "Oh, I blame myself for not taking you to brothels and prostitutes. If I had, you wouldn't have become so easily enamored with Marina and gotten engaged." When I heard Anthony say that, in my mind I was like, seriously? Your big regret is that you didn't take your brother to see hookers because you think if you had, he wouldn't rush into marriage? Wow. There are literally not enough words to express how stupid and contemptible I found Anthony's reasoning to be. In the end, though, I was satisfied with how Anthony's mother and sister made him eat a slice of humble pie by showing him how incompetent he is at being a brother, a son, and a viscount when he messed up the Burbrook issue. I also love how he had a second slice of humble pie when his mistress Sienna dumped him for another man. I am really looking forward to season 2 of Bridgerton when he meets Kate Sharma, who in the books is called Kate Sheffield. Courtesy of Kate, I expect to see Anthony eat more humble pie because Kate sees him for the ass he is, and when he tries to court her sister in the hopes of making her his viscountess, she will do everything in her power to sabotage the man she knows is not good enough for her sister. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button, leave a like, and if you watched Bridgerton, let me know in the comments below what you thought of Anthony.